Welcome to RG News. Today we're going to discuss the top P10 AI news stories from August 13th, 2025.
It's moving so fast, isn't it?
Absolutely. Keeping up with AI and IT evolution is it's a real challenge, but August 12th, 2025 feels like a bit of a turning point.
Definitely. It feels like AI is stepping out of the theory books and, into the physical world.
Exactly. Tangible stuff.
Precisely. And we're seeing these sort of three big battlegrounds emerge. You've got the physical infrastructure, the silicon, the steel, these huge data centers.
Right.
Then there's how it gets deployed in the real world. Simulation first is becoming key there.
Okay.
And finally, you see market consolidation, different economic models. AI is getting really specialized now, way beyond just chatbots.
So this deep dive is basically your guide to understanding these shifts, how they connect, and, well, what they mean for you in the future. First up, NVIDIA. Sounds like they're redefining robotics forever.
Yeah, that's the big headline. At Cscraft, they rolled out a whole ecosystem for what they call physical AI.
Physical AI?
Uh-huh. It includes Omniverse for creating these super realistic digital twins, think virtual copies of real environments.
Okay.
And Cosmos, which is a set of foundation models, predict, transfer to, reason, basically, for understanding the physical world. Their whole vision is simulation-first training.
Meaning robots learn in the virtual world first.
Exactly. Learn, test, refine, all in simulation before they even, touch a real object. Liberadian, NVIDIA's VP, put it nicely. Computer graphics and AI are converging to fundamentally transform robotics.
So the impact here is speed, safety.
Both, plus cost savings. It accelerates innovation, makes it safer, cheaper. NVIDIA isn't just selling chips anymore. They're aiming to be the underlying operating system for physical AI, dominance in that value chain.
Right. A foundational play.
Yeah.
But they're not the only ones making big moves. Let's talk about another bold one. Elon Musk strikes again. Grok 4 goes free.
Yep, quite the bombshell. XAI made Grok 4 free globally. Okay, with usage limits, but still. It's a direct shot at OpenAI's paid model.
Aiming for users, data.
Massive user acquisition, massive data collection. That's the play. Musk described Grok 4's level as postgraduate, like a PhD and everything. High praise from him.
Sounds impressive. So it makes powerful AI more accessible.
It does, yeah. Democratizes it, you could say. But it also kicked up a storm almost immediately.
Oh, how so?
The Grok Imagine feature started generating explicit deepfakes. Showed the safeguards, well, weren't quite there.
Oof, that's not good.
No. It really highlights that tightrope walk between pushing AI out quickly and making sure it's safe and ethical. A huge challenge for everyone in this space.
And this kind of economic war, this competition, it must affect hardware strategies too. Which brings us to Tesla.
Right?
Tesla acts as dojo, bets the farm on AI 6.
Confirmed by Musk himself. Dojo, their custom AI supercomputer project, is done. He called it an evolutionary dead end.
Wow, okay, so what's the pivot?
A unified chip strategy. They're going all in on the AI 6 chip. Samsung's making it on a cutting-edge 2-nanometer process.
2 nanometers, impressive. And this chip does both training and inference.
That's the plan, both on the data center and inside the vehicles. It's slated for future stuff like the Cybercab and the Optimus robots.
So ditching the custom supercomputer for a standard, well, a high-end standard chip, what's the strategic game?
Efficiency, scalability, but the really interesting possibility, decentralized learning.
Meaning?
Imagine millions of cars and robots all contributing to training the AI right there at the edge. It could totally change how AI models get smarter.
Fascinating. And sticking with Tesla, there's more news on the self-driving front. Tesla's FSD V14, a 10x leap toward near autonomy.
That's the claim. Musk announced full self-driving version 14 is coming in about 6 weeks. He promised a dramatic gain.
Oh, dramatic.
The AI model apparently has a 10 times higher parameter count. That's a significant jump in complexity and potential capability.
And the user experience. Musk said something about being bothered less.
Right. He said once FSD 14 safety is proven, the car will bother you much less.
Yeah.
Fewer nags, basically.
So, still supervised, but a much smoother, less intrusive experience. Getting closer to practical autonomy.
That seems to be the goal.
Yeah.
It's a major technical step aimed squarely at improving how it feels to use the system day to day, making it less demanding on the driver.
Makes sense. But all this innovation, especially the hardware side, needs massive investment. Which leads us to Meta. $29 billion. Meta is building the physical foundations of AI.
An absolutely staggering sum. They've secured $29 billion in financing, mostly from PMCO and Blue Owl, specifically for expanding their data centers in Louisiana.
29 billion just for data centers.
It just underlines the insane demand for computing power for AI. Their first supercluster, called Prometheus, is due online by 2026.
And the power consumption.
Get this.
Over a gigawatt. A gigawatt, that's like a small city.
Exactly. It really throws the environmental costs into sharp relief energy water consumption. It also shows a trend. Financing this huge infrastructure off balance sheet raises big societal questions about sustainability.
Definitely. But AI isn't just about infrastructure and cars. It's hitting fundamental areas like medicine. AI designing tomorrow's medicines today.
Some really exciting stuff here. First, researchers at CAST developed an AI called Bind. It designs and optimizes potential cancer drugs completely from scratch.
From scratch.
Yep. And it apparently successfully generated molecules targeting the EGFR protein that's a key target in many cancers.
Wow.
And at the same time, you have Hope AI partnering with the Mayo Clinic. They're using AI and real-world data to make clinical trials faster and more efficient.
This sounds like it could genuinely revolutionize drug development.
That's the hope. The potential impact is huge, drastically cutting the time and cost it takes to bring new drugs to market. That means faster, maybe more precise treatments for patients. It's about accelerating medical breakthroughs.
Incredible potential. And AI is weaving into, well, pretty much every sector, right?
Yeah.
Including marketing, Google Ads, AI battling fraud and boosting creativity.
Two key things here. Google's deploying new large language models, specifically to fight invalid ad traffic, fake clicks, bot farms, that sort of thing.
How effective?
They're aiming for a 40% reduction. That's pretty significant for advertisers' budget.
I'll say. And the creativity part.
They're enhancing their demand gen campaigns. AI is now doing automated video optimization, tweaking visuals, maybe calls to action on the fly.
Okay, so better ROI for advertisers, less wasted spend. But what about the marketers? Does this make them obsolete?
Not obsolete, but it definitely changes the role. It boosts trust and efficiency, sure, but it also raises transparency, concerns the black box problem. Marketers need to shift more towards high-level strategy, overseeing the AI rather than doing the manual grunt work.
Makes sense. Okay, while AI is optimizing ads, another tech revolution is bubbling up. Quantum computing. What's the news there? Quantum computing takes a critical step forward at Rigetti.
Yeah, this feels like a real milestone. Rigetti Computing announced their 36-qubit multi-chip quantum computer, Cepheus 136Q, is now commercially available.
36 qubits, okay. Is that a lot?
It's progressing. But the really striking number is the fidelity. 99.5% median 2-qubit gate fidelity. That's a measure of how reliably the quantum operations work, and 99.5% is a record for this kind of system.
So it's becoming more reliable, more real. Is quantum advantage here yet?
Not quite. Rigetti's CEO reckons that's still about 4 years away, where quantum computers can actually solve useful problems faster than classical ones.
4 years isn't that long in the grand scheme of things.
Exactly. It signals a shift. Quantum is moving from, pure physics research into a serious engineering sprint. We're getting closer to tackling problems that are just impossible for today's computers.
Fascinating. And these powerful tools, AI and potentially quantum, they can be used for global challenges too, like climate change. AI is a climate shield worth $70 billion.
According to a new Deloitte report, yes. They calculate AI could cut infrastructure losses from natural disasters by about 15%.
How?
By improving planning, prediction, emergency response, and recovery efforts. Over time, Deloitte estimates that could save around $70 billion by 2050.
That's a huge number. Any concrete examples?
Yeah, there's a cool project in Alaska using drones equipped with AI. They're hunting down abandoned oil and gas wells that are leaking methane, a potent greenhouse gas.
So AI is finding the leaks.
Precisely. It shows AI as a really practical tool for climate adaptation, for building resilience. There are challenges to adopting it, of course, but the potential is definitely there.
It offers protection. But speaking of protection, sometimes the old threats are still the most pressing. There's news about a critical vulnerability. WinRR are under attack. A 0-day actively exploited.
Yeah, a nasty one. A critical vulnerability tracked as CVE 2025-8880 in WinRR, the file compression tool lots of people use.
0-day, meaning they found and used it before a patch was ready.
Exactly. And it's being actively exploited by cybercriminals right now. It's a path traversal flaw.
What does that mean in simple terms?
It basically lets an attacker craft a malicious archive file. When you try to extract it, WinRAR can be tricked into saving a malicious file outside the folder you intended, maybe into a system folder, allowing the attacker to gain control.
Yikes. That sounds dangerous.
It is. And apparently the exploit was sold on a criminal forum for $80,000.
80 grand. Just shows how valuable these things are. What's the lesson for listeners?
It's a stark reminder, isn't it? Basic digital hygiene is crucial. Keep your software updated manually. Check for updates on things like WinRAR. Be super careful about phishing emails or dodgy downloads. Even trusted software can be a weak link if you're not vigilant.
Absolutely. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground, 10 huge stories. When you zoom out, what's the big picture emerging from all this?
You really see the shape of things to come, don't you? These aren't just random news items. They're tracing the key trends. AI becoming physical, embodied AI.
Right, the robotics, the cars.
Then the massive strategic fights over the core infrastructure chips, data centers, energy. The economics are shifting too, and AI is specializing.
Less general, more specific tools.
Exactly. And we can't ignore the environmental costs piling up. Plus, you see quantum computing making steady, serious progress. These are the fault lines, really.
Fault lines. I like that. These are the shifts that will shape the world you live in. So it's really crucial for you to stay plugged in, to think critically about what this all means.
Because the future isn't just happening, it's actively being built right now by decisions and breakthroughs like these.
Well said. That's our deep dive for today. Join us tomorrow on RG News for the day's AI news. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell.